You're at a backyard barbecue, maybe out on the golf course, or just having a beer with your buddy. The conversation turns to money. Suddenly, your friend, we'll call him Chris, starts telling you exactly what you need to do with your 401k. He tells you about this investment that is perfect for you, that he heard about from his friend. Or he tells you why annuities are terrible, or why they are the best thing ever. He sounds so sure of himself. He's got charts he's showing you on his iPhone. He's passionate. And for a split second, you think, maybe he's right. Maybe you're missing something. But here's the hard truth that could save your retirement. Chris is a great guy. He makes a mean brisket. But unless Chris is a certified financial professional, taking his advice on your life savings is about as safe as letting him perform open heart surgery on you just because he watched a few medical dramas on TV. This applies to your brother-in-law, your dad, your uncle, and even your mom. Today, I'm going to explain why the confident amateur is the single biggest threat to your retirement savings. I'm also going to explain why the 10,000 hour rule proves that when it comes to your nest egg, you cannot afford to outsource advice about your 401k to your brother-in-law, who is actually a dentist. A good dentist, but still a dentist. Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Saunders. I've been helping people with annuities for more than 17 years. And for the past 5 years, I've been even more focused on one thing, and that is helping individuals create reliable, predictable retirement income that they can actually live off of. If you're watching this, there is a good chance you are a guy between the ages of 55 and 70. You've worked hard, you've built up your nest egg, you are either eyeing that retirement date or you've just crossed the finish line. And frankly, you are a prime target for bad advice. Not malicious advice, just incompetent advice, delivered with a whole lot of confidence. Most of the viewers on this channel aren't subscribers yet. Welcome, by the way. But you're here because you want to know how to turn that 401k into a paycheck. And that is a very specific skill set. It is not the same as your buddy Chris, who thinks he's an expert because he picked a few stocks in a Robinhood account. Annuities are complex, y'all. Asking, what is an annuity, is the same thing as asking, what is a car? And it has taken me every minute of the past 17 years to fully understand annuities inside and out so I can help people with them. Most people that don't like annuities, they don't fully understand them. And that's exactly why this matters. Retirement income planning isn't something you want to learn from a casual conversation or a confident amateur. It's too important, and the consequences are too big. It's tempting to listen to friends and family because we trust them. And we assume that if our brother-in-law or neighbor is smart in one area, that intelligence automatically transfers to financial planning. That is a logical fallacy. Imagine your air conditioning goes out in the middle of July and your neighbor says he watched a video and he can fix your compressor. You probably don't let him touch it because the consequences of him being wrong are immediate. Now, raise the stakes. You have chest pain, and your golf buddy says he read a blog post about arteries. You don't bet your life on that. So why, when it comes to the money, why do so many intelligent men listen to non-experts? I realize there is so much information out there. But guys, this is important. You need to feed yourself and your spouse for the next 30 years. I do feel like the reason a lot of men will take financial advice from a non-expert has to do with the fact that damage isn't immediate. If you mess up your retirement income plan because of bad advice, you might not feel the pain for 5 or 10 years. And when you do, it's often too late. If you had to guess, how long does it take for someone to get really good at their career? I have an answer for you. According to Malcolm Gladwell, famous author, it takes 10,000 hours. to get really skilled at your profession, to understand what you're really getting when you work with a professional, we need to look at the 10,000 hour rule. Malcolm Gladwell popularized this notion based on research by Anders Ericsson. And the premise is that to achieve world-class expertise in any complex field, you need about 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. That's 10 years of focused work. And in reality, that is about how long it takes to truly master a field. Think about a structural engineer. They don't guess how thick the steel needs to be on a bridge. They have spent a decade studying physics, load distribution, and material science, because if they are wrong, the bridge collapses. I've been helping retirees with annuities for over 17 years. That is well past the 10,000 hour mark. I have seen market crashes, inflation spikes, tax law changes, and I have navigated hundreds of individuals through the transition from saving to spending. You name it, I have seen it. Your neighbor who works in IT but has an investment account where he manages his own stock portfolio might have about 50, maybe 100 hours of experience, but he hasn't seen the structural failures a professional has. He sounds confident, though. I do get that. And regarding your 401k or annuity options, that unknown territory is where the devastating mistakes can happen. I'm not immune to this mistake either. A while back, I decided I could pick out the paint colors for my kitchen myself. It was an open floor plan. Everything needed to flow. And instead of hiring an interior decorator to help me get it, right, I thought I could do this. I picked the colors and they were terrible. I did this not once, but twice. And both times they turned out really bad. The undertones were wrong. The way the colors connected from room to room was off. And every time I walked through the space, it really bothered me. I finally hired a professional, and in about 15 minutes, they saw what I had been struggling with for months. Had I hired a professional from the beginning, I could have saved myself the frustration, the wasted time, the wasted money I spent trying to fix my own mistakes. I see this happening with retirement portfolios all the time. A gentleman comes to me at age 68 after trying to time the stock market because his brother-in-law told him it was going to crash. Or someone bought a complex product he didn't understand fully because a friend said it was a gold mine. Now he has tax penalties, withdrawal charges, no income, and a big headache on his hands. Just like my kitchen paint color, it is much harder and much more expensive to fix a financial disaster than it is to build the plan correctly the first time. In my next video, I'm going to explain in detail some of the mistakes I've seen. With my kitchen, the worst case scenario was a clashing color scheme all across the house and money wasted on trying to fix something I should have never tackled alone. For you, the stakes are your psychological livelihood in retirement. When you retire, you are climbing down the mountain, and it is more dangerous than climbing up. During your working years, if you made a mistake, you had income to cover it. And you had time to recover. But once you turn off the employer paycheck and you start drawing down that 401k, you don't have the luxury of learning by doing. You don't have 10 years to accumulate your 10,000 hours of expertise. You need the plan to work now. You need to know exactly how much you can withdraw without running out of money. You need to know how to navigate situations regarding taxes so you don't lose a third of your savings in one transaction. You need to know an annuity might fit and to provide a floor of guaranteed income, not because your buddy likes them or hates them, but because the math works for your specific situation. So the next time you are at a barbecue and someone starts giving you confident financial advice, smile, nod, and eat your burger. Appreciate the friendship, but respect the complexity of your financial future. Talking about your retirement savings to anyone is not a casual conversation. Don't let an amateur engineer your retirement bridge. If you want to see what a real retirement income plan looks like, built on 17 years of experience, then I want you to take the next step. Click the link in the description and watch the short presentation I made for you. It will help you understand your choices and whether an annuity-based income plan is best for your situation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.